What's up, YouTube? Socks Heather here. I am doing a recipe video, and this recipe is straight out of Compton. No, just kidding. It's from the Fresh, Fabulous, Fast Points Plus Weight Watchers cookbook. And the recipe that I'm doing, let me show you, is sun-dried tomato and basil stuffed pork. And that's what it's supposed to look like when it's done. We will see. So I've started the recipe. It calls for, I'm going to put it right here, so if you guys want to pause and write this down. 1 pound pork tenderloin, trimmed and cut on a diagonal into 8 slices. And the rest are there if you want to pause. So basically what I did to cheapen things up, because I have another recipe that I want to do with pork, I got a 2 pound pork loin roast and sliced it in half to make it 1 pound, of course. And then I sliced that into 4 slices because this is bigger than your average tenderloin. So I ended up cutting it in half. But if you get a basic pork tenderloin, you can slice this into 8 slices, no problem. Then what you want to do is you want to lay the pork down on the saran wrap, cover it with another saran wrap, and then pound it. Pound it out flat with a mallet. Once you've done that, you salt the meat, and then you put some sun-dried tomatoes, dry packed sun-dried tomatoes, and basil, and havarti cheese. And then we're going to roll those. My basil came fresh from my herb garden that my lovely roomie planted for me. He planted herbs and tomatoes and all kinds of stuff. This is his first time. He's a big gardener, but this is his first time actually doing herbs and tomatoes and whatnot. So I'm really excited. I get to use fresh herbs this year. So that's what we're doing. And I'm going to roll these up, and let me see if I can show you one-handed since I don't have a filmer here. I'm just going to roll it. Just like that. And then I'm going to take a toothpick. Careful not to touch a lot of things after you've rolled it because you got pork on your hands. Taking the toothpick, and I'm going to stick it through. And that's going to hold it, and we'll move on from here. Okay, so all of the all of the pieces of pork are rolled with the sun-dried tomato, the basil, and the havarti cheese. I'm putting them in 1 teaspoon of olive oil. And I'm going to flip them until they're brown. It's going to be about 4 or 5 minutes on each side, I believe. And then we'll make the sauce to go on top. Nom nom nom. I would like to point out that pre-Weight Watchers, while cooking a meal, I would be drinking a beer. What am I drinking now? Water. Lots of water. So here's what they look like browned. I'm finding I have a hard time flipping them and getting them even with the toothpick, so I removed a bunch of them, except that one because that one didn't roll right, but getting good. So I'm already finding flaws in their design on this recipe. First of all, I'm not sure about the cheese going in it before you fry it because the pork has to cook for quite a good amount of time before it's done, and the cheese is starting to leak out into the pan. I'm not happy about that. Also, it is taking a long time for the pork to cook, so pounding it out really thin would be better. And I think after I get them brown, I'm going to put a lid on it so it kind of cooks them so that I make sure the pork is good and cooked. It's not like beef where you can kind of leave it a little bit rare. Pork and chicken obviously got to be cooked. Okay, so I'm going to try to finish this recipe up while they're practicing. As you can see, the boys are practicing. It shows this Saturday. You better make it work and don't F it up. So, I'm finishing the recipe. And I've taken the pork rolls out of the pan, and I put in, it says 1 shallot. I had a small onion, pretty much the same difference. I didn't have any shallots, so I'm just cooking these until the onions are soft. And you'll notice I've left the dredgings of the pork rolls in here. It's going to give a really nice flavor to this sauce that's going to go on top of it. So I'm going to let these sit. And I'm going to put my mashed potatoes in the microwave. I'm using the Idahoan mashed potatoes because they're really low in points. Hopefully you can hear me. If not, I'll dub it out and put words on the screen. Okay, so now I have cooked the onions, and I put 2 teaspoons of all-purpose flour on it. That's gonna make a little roux so that I can pour my chicken broth. I'm gonna pour my half cup of chicken broth and my 1/4 cup of dry vermouth. I don't have dry vermouth, so I'm going to use sweet vermouth. Hopefully it does the same. Okay, so this is what the sauce looks like. And I've put the pork rolls back in the sauce to kind of reheat and soak up some of that sauce. It smells amazing. I hope you can hear me. It smells amazing. So this is how it looks, finished with the sauce. And I did some more broccoli slaw with the yogurt blue cheese dressing. Except for Maddie, he doesn't do dairy, so he's got Catalina and some Idahoan potatoes. Did you just put meat in your mouth? How's that pork taste?
It is really good.
Is it?
Sorry about my sweatiness.
Oh, stop. They know you've been practicing. You guys got a lot of comments on your dancing.
Did we?
Yes.
Oh my god, you have that already on YouTube already?
Yeah. You knew.
No, I knew you were recording, but I didn't know that you were...
What do you think I'm going to do with it?
Oh, damn, she full name.
You boys better try that meat. Do you want a knife?
Please.
Do not lie. If you don't like it, you better tell me the truth.
No, it's delicious.
Aw, you're so cute. No, it's delicious.
No, it's delicious.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm. The sauce is just with the right consistency.
Good.
The sun-dried tomatoes taste delicious in there. And there's also the cuts of rosemary and onions. Delish.
Maddie?
I have no words.
Really? Is it good?
What's talking about? You watch
Yay.
way too much of the food channel, don't you?
Moist, not dried out, which is very easy to the pork. The sun-dried tomatoes is one of my favorite things in the world.
Ew.